Greetings again and welcome to the hotspot. We are back to talk Manchester United. 10 games, 0 goals, 0 assists, but Anthony Martial remains untouchable even when we are welcoming a new dawn with new guys at the helm of football. Manchester United is in a shake-up, but certain players are untouched. Are they untouchables? Is Anthony Martial a player we still need? Well, the latest coming through, and this has been as well confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, that according to Eric Ten Hag, Anthony Martial is still in the long-term plans of the club. Remember, his current contract runs out in 2024 with an option of extending it by a further 1 year, triggering a 1 year extension. Really, if his performances since he joined in 2015 are anything to go by, with the exception of the 2019-2020 season when he scored 23 goals in all competitions, that was his best season ever. Emerged as a very exciting youngster. The world was stormed by a young boy from France who was destined to become great, but he has only scored 62 goals for United in 200 and something appearances since 2015. Not good enough. Lately, his form is going down by the day. I've told you this season, he has not scored a single goal. Last season, if you look at his stats from last season, they were also not exciting. Scored, I think, only 6 goals and 2 assists in about 21 games. So his performances have not been good enough, and many feel he should be one of the players we offload first. But according to what we're getting, according to Eric Ten Hag, he's still in the plans, in his rotation plans. Now, do you think we should stick to Anthony Martial? Let me know what you think. First, subscribe to the hotspot, but also go down in the comment section and let me know. Now, this for me is the problem with Man United. I think we do stick to players. We do stick to players beyond their good. I think we should have seen it long time ago that Anthony Martial was never going to be the player we are hoping he would become. When he was signed from AS Monaco in 2015, by that time we were under the tutelage of Louis van Gaal. He was one of the most, if not the most exciting teenagers in global football. No wonder he was signed for a record fee. We paid an initial about £37 million, but that money would rise to about £57.6 million. That made him the most expensive teenager at that time in football. That is how much potential this boy had. He came first season, he struggled a bit. Second season, he tries to pick himself up. It was not until the 2019-2020 season when he scored 23 goals in all competitions, won a few trophies, of course, with Jose Mourinho later on after Van Gaal had left. But you never felt that he had clicked, that he was going to give you the goals we were hoping he would give. When we saw him at Monaco, the expectation we had was too high in him. Now, today, to see that United is still clinging on to Martial, when we've clearly seen that he's not going to turn around and all of a sudden become the magical striker I was hoping he was going to become. I'm worried if I see Sir Jim Ratcliffe also coming in, and we are still hearing stories that he will be staying around as part of Ten Hag's rotation. I don't think so, because we need a striker. But it's sad that now that even Hoyland is injured and he's perhaps not 100% fit for Everton, we are still not looking at Martial as the obvious guy to come out there and start as a striker. Even last season, when Marcus Rashford was the only hope for goals we had, Martial was not good enough to still start. Either he was unfit, injured, but even when he's fit, he's not good enough to start. So I think for me, United has got to make decisions and let go of certain players like this. And this is the time we're in a period of transition, and we should be sacrificing, if you call it that. And I don't think it would be sacrificing for United letting go of Martial now, because you sacrifice what you need. I don't think we need Martial. I don't think we need him. And it is sad though that he's not that player. And you see, I think us selling him is really to get rid of him, not because we'll get good man out of him. In fact, if anything, the only reason I wouldn't mind him staying is because I actually don't think he's the player we should be rushing to sell. I think we need to rush to sell players for whom we will get reasonable money to buy significant players. Now, Martial, the best we can get from Martial, I think, for me, is about 30 million. And that would be from Saudi. No serious club in Europe would give you even 25 million for Anthony Martial. So he has lost it. He has lost it. So I feel, for me, we should be thinking of signing players like Marcus Rashford, for whom we can go and hope for 80 million or 100 million, because money is what we need. And it's the players we've got to sell to make the money. So my thinking is, yes, do we need Martial? No, we should let go of him. He should be leaving. He should be among those we let go of. Should we be rushing to let go of Martial in Jan or at the nearest opportunity? after we've let go of other players like Varane, who can get us more money, players like Casemiro, maybe who can get us more money, or Marcus Rashford, or one of those for whom we can get reasonable money. I think United should be focused now on selling players who can bring back some money, players who have some bit of football still left in them. That when you go to a club like PSG to say, give us 80 million for this player, he's still young and he has got potential, they'll be willing to take the gamble. But no one can be willing to take a 30 million pounds gamble on Anthony Martial. So, in that perspective, from that context, if he's stuck with us, I wouldn't mind a lot because then he's not going to get us money. He's not solving a problem for us. We can rather as well just keep him there. Or if we sell players who are bringing in money, we add him on to go as well and get a 25 or 20 or 30 million quid from him. That's okay. It would be a top up for us to buy a Joao Neves, for us to buy another striker, for us to go and try and buy Antonio Silva, the serious players we need. So for me, that's what I think. But him staying because he's in the plan, the rotation plan, for me, I think is weak. It doesn't make sense. And again, it points to one thing why exactly we need Paul Mitchell to come in, because Eric Ten Hag on his own clearly struggles to make the right decisions at times. He has made some good decisions, but if he's doing alone, like anyone, I think you don't manage a club like Man United in this time and time on your own. You need support from anyone, from a lot of people around you who know football. The CEO who knows football, a director of football who knows football, and then the manager. And then we would have smarter decisions made. For me, that's what I think. Let's not try to reinvent the wheel. Let's follow the template that has been there, that managers at a club, a big club like United, do need people to support them in making decisions when it comes to transfers, because the biggest, most important period in football is the transfer period, because that's when you get the players in to execute what you want. So as we are heading towards Jan, for me, my honest take is we need first of all to first quickly bring in the new CEO, bring in a new sport director of football in Paul Mitchell, but make the right decisions. Anthony Martial should be leaving. That is one. We shouldn't be stuck with him because he's part of a rotation. The only reason he could stay a bit maybe until seeing out his contract is because we may not really get reasonable money from him. Maybe that I would understand. There is no then, but then if we are keeping him, we should be selling Marcus Rashford. We should be selling one of Marcus Rashford, Casemiro, Rafael Varane. These players for whom we can get money, our better assets, and there are a few. You can count them. So if United is going to sign players, if we are talking of Todibo, we've got to sell. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is not going to just come in there and bring in money. We've got to sell. And we've got to sell players who will give us reasonable money. So for me, that's the only way I would see Marcus Rashford, rather Anthony Martial stay, if we are going to sell other players who are worth more than him. For now, for me, he's a gone case. He's a gone case, really. But that's United for you. Hotspot, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Should we stick with Anthony Martial? Should he be the number two for Rasmus Højlund? Is he good enough? Do we have hope in him that he's good enough to come and deputize Rasmus Højlund? Now, starting off with the game against Everton. And we'll be talking about the probable lineup. And as we do build up to the weekend, we will know clearly whether Højlund will be 100% fit to start or not. But if not, will Martial be good enough to start? Or are we going to see Marcus Rashford coming in as a false nine like it was for the most part of that season? What is going to happen? I'm excited to see. If Martial performs in the absence of Rasmus Højlund, then maybe I would come back here and change my mind and say maybe he can stick around and maybe you can also trigger his 1 year contract extension. But for now, seeing how things are, Martial should be out. Hotspot, subscribe. My name is Webb. Catch you later.